The topic today is how to manage your mind. Your mind is the epicenter for everything. You have to convince yourself. Your mind has to convince your body to get out of the car and to go to the club. Your mind has to convince your body to get your ass up and go talk to that customer. Your mind is everything. It's incredibly important for being able to make yourself go do something that, quite frankly, you might just be afraid to do. So all the information from the video that we're about to go into is from a guy named John Assarf. Some of you probably know him from The Secret. He's the guy that is now living in the house that he had on his vision board, didn't even realize it, and then realized one day, holy shit, I lived in the house I was visualizing. That guy. Emotions are incredible things. They can be empowering or disempowering to different degrees if we don't understand them. Once you've been in a situation enough, you learn that these emotions are normal and you learn to master them. So for example, when you go to the club, especially if you're new, if you feel anxious, nervous, scared, you want to ask yourself, do you have the knowledge, the skills, and the preparation to go in and deal with this in a safe way? If the answer is yes, take a deep breath and go. And I'm going to say right now, if you've been listening to any type of self-development, if you've been following my channel for any length of time, if you do have the knowledge, the skills, and the preparation, if you can move to any degree to give it, a decent dance, which will come with time, you don't have to worry about it, it will come with time. But you do have the preparation. I 100% believe that. No one starts off at anything perfectly. No one starts off at anything perfectly. No one. We were all scared or nervous at one point. But if you at least have basic conversational skills, if you've got your outfit, you've got your shoes, you've got some makeup, you're clean, maybe you've got some organic breath mints, if you can look at someone and give them a flirty smile, you have the preparation. If you don't, you turn around and go home. If you can't have a basic conversation with someone, if you don't know how to ask questions to keep someone interested, if you don't have the right attire, you're not ready yet. But it's okay because you can get ready. When you feel fear, what should you do? Number one, from John Assarf. This guy studies and researches the brain like wow. This is something he calls an inner size. He has a program, I don't remember what it's called, but he does inner sizes, like using your brain to exercise, basically. He says, take 6, calm the circuits. And what you do is you take 6 deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Exhale like you're breathing out through a large straw. What this does is it deactivates your stress response center, which means you get blood flowing back to the place you've just depleted it from, the Einstein part of your brain that can actually think through problems. What happens when the stress response part of the brain is activated is blood goes away from where it needs to be into the fear response section of your brain. So all kinds of chemicals run through your body, epinephrine, cortisol, adrenaline, to get you out of that situation. They supercharge your body to get you the fuck out of there. Then you start to think you might get hurt, you might get in trouble, you might be embarrassed, ridiculed, ashamed, judged, etc. And it makes you want to leave. Calm down. Take 6 deep breaths first to calm yourself. Breathe in. Exhale. Let's just do it right now. Inhale. This immediately calms your circuits. I honestly feel more relaxed. And then you do what he calls inner size number 2. He calls it Aya. The first A is for awareness. You become aware of your situation. The next thing you do is you ask yourself, what is your intention? So you become aware of your situation and ask yourself, what is your intention right now? Well, your intention is to move forward, right? I want to do this. That's my intention. I want to do this. I want to do it. Perfect. What is one small step that you can take? What's one very small step that you can now take? The reason you want to take one small step, and that might just be to get out of your car and go in the door, or if you're already there and it's a new client, that might be to just start walking towards this client. You want to just focus on what the next step is because your brain can handle that. You can take one small action step towards it. And when you do just one small step, when you're like, I just need to do the next thing, the threat response goes away. But if you focus on the end game, you're going to get that full adrenaline rush and trigger the fear response again. So here's how you can manage your mind and focus on what you want. Whether you're stripping or not, this will help you in every aspect of your life. Learn how to manage your emotions because they drive your behavior more than anything else. If we're fearful, we immediately want to move away from that situation, going into the club, approaching that new customer, asking for the sale, and move towards what's pleasurable, getting a drink, going to the dressing room, going home. Pain wires in our brain faster because our brain's designed to keep us safe. It's designed like that for our survival. But we're not in any actual real threat, and we need to understand that. And honestly, especially if you're a single parent or just a female trying to make it on your own, this is for your survival. Making money is for your survival. You're actually doing this for your survival. So just because you don't know that person doesn't mean you're not in a safe environment. Because you are. There are probably bouncers. I have honestly never seen anything bad happen to a dancer, like physically, you know what I mean, like getting hurt. Yes, girls cry, stuff happens, but that's emotional, right? That's a customer doesn't pay them $20, so they get emotional about it. I have never seen a dancer get hurt before. I am not saying that that can't happen, but the odds of it happening are, honestly, I would bet anything just as likely as it happening anywhere else in a safe place of town. So when you realize this feeling is normal to be scared or nervous, you've never been in that place before possibly, you've never approached that particular customer, you've maybe never been on stage, slow down, take 6 deep breaths, become aware of what it is you really want. Is it that you want to make money? Is it because you want to build a better life for yourself or for your family? Is it to live an exciting and adventurous life? Or is it to just not live a normal and boring life? That was a huge part of my goal. I was terrified to be normal. That was the last thing in the world. I saw what normal was. And I figured I'd be better off dead because it had zero appeal to me. So take 6 deep breaths, become aware of what it is you really want. Do you want to give your kids a really good life? Do you want to give yourself a really good life? Do you want to give your parents a really good life? What does that even mean? What can money buy? Money can buy damn near anything. And ask yourself if it's worth it. Is it worth it to try the new club? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to try the new club? I think it is. In my opinion, at every single time I've done it, yeah, it was worth it. If nothing else, it was an experience. Even if it was a club, I was like, I'm never going to go back there. It was an experience and it's over. Is it worth it to approach the new customer who could become your lifetime client that falls totally in love with you, that if you don't approach right now, you might never see ever again? Yeah, it's probably worth it. He could totally fall in love with you and you have no idea the benefits that could come from it until you try. Take control of your mind. Manage your emotions. Learn to manage your emotions. Take 6 deep breaths. Ask yourself what it is you really want. Ask yourself if it's worth it. And if it is, smile and go make progress towards what it is that you really want. I love you, and we'll talk soon.